What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing this fine Thursday evening? Hope you're all out there having a good time. Hope you're taking a lot of photos. So, for those catching this on the replay, what I'm going to do is start with a pretty quick Photoshop tutorial, and it has to do with where I make a lot of effects and I tell you to use screen in Photoshop. Sometimes screen doesn't quite get it done. So I was going to show you how to sort of get around that a little bit. It's not too hard, but it does add an extra step. So we'll talk about that a little bit. I'll keep you up to date on a few things I've been doing with Toypixx. For me, this is exciting because you're all basically getting to see me build this thing in real time. But yeah, that's how it's going to go. And then after that, everybody else is going to steer the discussion. So we'll find out what's out there that people want to chat about. And we'll go from there. So there you go. That's the good time. That is the plan for this fine evening. This live stream brought to you special by Pellegrino. It's not brought to you by anybody. It's well, I don't have enough subs for that yet. So something that I noticed, has everybody out there seen the Contra figures that are being made, which are insane? That's right. We're going to give people a couple minutes to come in before I start chatting the Photoshop and all that stuff. But I wish I could remember who it was. Is it Hiya Toys that's doing the Contra figures? It was nuts to see that, because suddenly where we had the comic properties and all the pop culture properties getting all the toys, now suddenly the last couple of years, all the video games are getting all the figures. It's kind of cool. Mr. Matson finally found NECA Mirage Karai at the store. Turtle Tuesday will feature her. Very nice, sir. What do you think of her? Does she have, so one thing that I wondered about her, and I haven't seen any reviews to find out, does she have a ball jointed waist? Like, I know that it's kind of cut in, so it looks like it could be, but even if she doesn't, because it's cut in as much as it is, maybe she still would qualify for me, because I have the Casey Jones, so I might as well get a bunch more that have kind of that waist cut, you know? Harry, how's your mom? I don't know. Hey, mom, how are you? She's good. So there you go, Harry. Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. All right, a couple more minutes. Guys, does anybody know who it is that's making those Contra figures? I know I came across them. I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before, but I don't know. See, I can't wait for the NECA Mirage April. Same here. She's going to be fantastic. Just that, seeing that at SDCC had me pretty stoked. But all right, we got a few more popping in. I just want to make sure that I've got the people that might want to see this before I go too crazy. In fact, I think what I'll do here, now that I brought up, let's see, Contra, we'll talk about these real quick. La da 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 da. I'm getting much better at doing this on the fly. I mean, kind of. To say much better might be an exaggeration. Let's see. All I'm seeing are the old NECA ones, but I know they've been feeding across my social, or they've been showing up across my social media feed. So just as I sit here and say, I'm getting better at this, now I can't find them. So go me. Mr. Madsen, Karai has the ball joint torso. Waist is super stiff. No worries, sir. I appreciate it. Because of the way she's molded, I think I can make that work. It's not like, you know, how they have super detailed, like they've got the abs showing and everything else. So when you twist the torso, it just looks wrong because the abs don't budge. I think we're going to look okay with Karai the way she is. Now, reminder about the photo contest in the bottom there. Reminder that you get money off if you get the Entertainment Earth stuff that's in stock. Tragic. What's up, sir? Thank you for stopping by. I found those little wires. So I'm going to be having some fun and taking some pictures very soon. Let's see. Don't worry. We had you. Dave crazy? Never. Crazy? I was crazy once. Ooh, sorry about that. All right. Now, let's see what else we've got going. I looked for the Contra stuff, didn't find it. There's a Kickstarter for the Laurel and Hardy, though. So I'm going to find that. Just because I think those are really cool. And then we'll discuss that real quick. And then we'll jump over back into talking the Photoshop things. Now, present. Here we go. Because I have not actually looked at the Kickstarter page yet. Oh man, okay, what's the goal? $40,000 is what they need. Oh wow, they're already up to 27 with 28 days to go. I think they're going to hit this. And here's what I need. I don't know about you guys. I'm going to need a lot more comedy action figures. Like, I love the looks of these guys. I saw their loadouts. They've got all kinds of accessories. It's crazy cool. Like, I just like this stuff. You guys have been watching, many of you, for a while. And you know that I would go nuts for like an SNL line or a bunch of comedians. But yeah, that's a pretty serious spread there for Stan. And also a pretty serious spread for Ollie. And I guess, let's see, I haven't seen this. Oh, gift set in black and white? All right. With all the accessories. That's pretty cool too. I don't know why. For whatever reason, I haven't been into black and white action figures. But yeah. I'm going to zoom through real fast. You guys will get a headache or something, but we'll just stop right here. So there's a nice pic of the two of them. And we'll chat real quick, and then I'll get to that Photoshop lesson. Awesome. Yep, I was stoked about it. I was stoked to find them. Ironic. Digging that Fog Toys 112 scale EA02 Fantasy Alphabet Series A LED feature deluxe action figure. Looks wicked, but 138 plus shipping. Yikes. I don't know that I've seen that. I'm going to have to look it up. Crap. We'll look for that at the end there, ironic. Nearer the end, I suppose. Not the very end. That's just me. She looks good with her articulation. Elbows scare me as fragile, but so far so good. Did she come out pretty tight aside from her waist? Like, did you have to heat up the elbows? I know that NECA was having those troubles, but it seems they kind of got away from that, but who knows? Anyone get the 1000 Toys Hellboy? I have not, but I did solve the mystery of how he's able to crunch forward. There is no joint. It's like a frame underneath him, so it's kind of I don't know if it's leather or what the material is, but he crunches forward, and yeah, he crunches forward via, I believe it's a metal frame inside the body, which I thought was pretty cool. Tragic. Freakazoid would be a great figure. Man, anything Warner Brothers like that, I just automatically defer to wanting Jada to do it. They're already doing the Metals, I think, Looney Tunes. They just need to keep going. Three Stooges. Nyah, nyah. That would be quality too. Tragic. 5K, or ironic. Okay, 5K Toys. I will check them out. We'll head over that way here in a little bit. Have you had a chance to use the batteries with them? No worries if you haven't. Just glad you found them. I have not yet, but I will. That'll be something, if I don't get to it tonight, that'll be one of those first things tomorrow things that I'll be messing with. Let's see. I think the black and white figure I will get will be Marv from Sin City. Yeah, Marv kind of has to be black and white, doesn't he? I mean, you would think Stan and Laurel do too, but no, no, not so much. All right, I'm gonna get out of here and then stop the screen. LBZ, I see you down there, man. Yo, what's going on? All right, let's go to. Is this not? What have I done, guys? I already broke things. Oh, never mind. Here we go. Yay, me and technology. All right. So the last few days, let me show you. Let's see. The first Patreon freebie I made was kind of a destroyed city on Monday. But then the last 3 days, I made this sky. I made, oh, come on. I just clicked the thing. It's not going. Go! I made this explosion effect. And I made this boom. And so what I thought I'd show you is how to just put all three of them together for a little extra fun here. Now, the reason that I want to show this to you is because right now, what I would normally tell somebody to do with something like this, I'm hitting Command A to select the whole thing and then Command C to copy. I'm on a Mac. And then I'm hitting Command V to paste it in there. And here's what we've got. If we just pretty much fit the explosion on there, obviously your sizing may vary, but normally I would say use screen. So I would drop this down to screen, but you see that the explosion, unless it's off in the distance and you blur it, it kind of looks like it's losing any kind of punch. I don't want it to lose punch. I want it to be, puncherific. I want there to be quite a bit of punch on this thing. So I'm going to expand it a little more. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change this background layer, which is the sky. I'm going to just change that to a regular layer. And all that is just double clicking. And you see layer 0 here. Fine, I can keep that name. I'm good with that. Now, the reason I did that is I'm going to add a layer below here, below the sky layer. And if I left it as a background layer, it wouldn't have allowed me to do that because then it wouldn't have been the background, I suppose. So what I did there to grab that, I got to figure out how to make those windows disappear, was I clicked on new layer, which is right here, and I held down Command, and that created the layer below the sky layer. So there's what I've got there. Now, I'm hiding the sky and I'm hiding the explosion layers by clicking these eyes. And now what I'm going to do is fill this with black. And what that's going to do is allow that explosion to be much better. So now what I'll do is I'm just going to do that. And something that helps me out when it comes to editing like this is when I lower the opacity, so I can still see the explosion effect, right? So it doesn't totally disappear. I can still see it. And then what I'm going to do is go to the sky layer and I'm going to mask off a bunch of the sky layer, the parts that are underneath the explosion. And what that's going to do is expose the black underneath this. So I'm not cutting all of it out. I'm just masking it so the black shows through. I'll show you later that in case you feel like you screwed up, you can totally adjust the mask and you're going to be just good to go. So I'm going to check the chat, see if everybody's kosher so far. Got LBZ, that'd be a dope PG for an Iron Man fig. Oh yeah. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. And it doesn't take long. This isn't something that's going to take forever here, guys. So we've got that. And if I say anything, like I'm going to keep periodically checking on the chat. So if you have Photoshop and you're looking at this and somehow you're kind of lost as to what I'm doing, I'm going to keep checking on the chat to make sure that you guys are still with me. Now you see the sparks on the outside there. I'm not going to worry so much about them. Now what I'm going to do is click the sky layer. And this little rectangle down here, that's a white rectangle with a circle, like a darker circle in the middle of it, that's the masking. So I'm going to click that, and you see that a little separate mask layer shows up right next to, or a mask channel shows up right next to the sky. And now you've got that. Now I'm grabbing a brush, and I want to make sure the foreground color is black and the background color is white. Black, what that does is it starts masking off what I'm trying to mask off. If you make it back to white, you can bring back what you might have accidentally masked off to try and fix this. So truly, this won't take long. It's all just trying to explain it, because what I found out about me, I'm not a great teacher when it comes to Photoshop. So I'm trying to do and tell you as I'm doing, instead of trying to give you like a sheet of steps, because that way I'm touching whatever I'm touching, I'm hitting whatever buttons I'm hitting, and I can say to you, okay, I'm hitting this right now. Because I had somebody that used to work for me, and I was trying to teach her how to create just plain white backgrounds, and she'd never used Photoshop before. And I was on autopilot. I'm still kind of on autopilot for Photoshop. And so I gave her a list of instructions, and she was getting frustrated because she couldn't make it work. I was getting frustrated because she couldn't make it work. And finally I said, hey, let me see those instructions again. And as I thought it through in my brain, I hadn't given her like 3 or 4 steps. So it was totally on me. That's why I prefer to show people how to do it this way than coming up with a list. Is I don't want to screw anybody up, because I know how frustrating it can be when you have a computer program and it's not making life easier like it's supposed to. All right, so make sure, click on the mask there. That's the white part again next to the sky that I've got. And you'll see that this explosion is going to start being a little more vibrant, because we're hiding it under there. Or I'm sorry, because we're exposing the black from underneath the sky. And now you can see how the color is going to be a little richer. And what I'm probably going to end up doing as well, and don't worry, I mean, I know it looks kind of faded right now, but remember that I have the opacity down, so it'll get much better here shortly. And then I'll play with certain layer styles. Now see there, of course, I hadn't stopped it yet. So what happened there for me was I ran into a little bit of the black of the background, and I didn't want to do that. Okay. So there's the big boom. And I'm going to go a little further out so we can grab the smoke. But you see here that I'm not being super precise. You don't have to be super precise on something like this. Oh, and something I did forget to tell you is the way I'm doing this is I'm using the brush tool, and I make sure that the brush that I select has a soft edge. You could find one with a hard edge. That would not be helpful, because suddenly, like, you'd see a really hard spot where the explosion separates from the sky, and that's not going to be useful. Also, I realized I was expanding the circle without letting you know what was going on. If you hit the right bracket on your keyboard, you make the circle bigger. If you hit the left bracket, you make it smaller. So there you go with that. So now I'm just kind of going along the edge a little more. You can see this isn't something that takes tons of time. It's just something that can be a bit of a pain. And here, when you're getting closer to the edge, you want to make the circle a little smaller. And like I say, I'm not going to worry so much about all the sparks and all that stuff. I'm going to worry more about just the explosion itself. Sparks they'll take care of themselves as we mess with the other things. When I set it to screen, it's going to give a nice kind of glow effect around where the smoke's at. And I know that because I did this once already to make the thumbnail that you all saw. Okay, I'd say we're pretty good there. I'm not going to get any pickier than that. So now I'm going to raise the opacity on, yeah, that was the wrong thing. You don't raise the opacity on the sky. You raise it on the explosion. And then you set this to screen. And you can see that it's a lot better when you do it that way. Because otherwise, if we hide what you can do here, what I'm going to do to show you the example, I'm going to just hide the mask layer I created, just disable it. And what I did there was I right clicked on the channel itself and now disable layer mask. And so you can see what screen looks like. So it loses a lot of the color of the explosion. Now you right click on it and you enable it again. And bam, we've got a much better explosion, something you see a lot easier in the sky. Now, the last thing, let me go back and make sure everybody's cool real quick because I'm going to add the boom. Ironic, I would try using select subject on the explosion layer, then copy just the explosion to a new layer. That is, usually I would try something like that, but I found that usually when it gets really fuzzy around the edges, it doesn't work out so well for me, even when I've just got a black background. So we will see. We will see. I might try that as well. That might be a separate tutorial. We'll see what we can do with something like this. Ironic. In fact, if you have an easy way to select, say, hair from a photo, let me know because hair is always a pain in the butt. Yo, what's going on, Mirage? How are you, man? See, not gonna lie, looking at this, it would be interesting to see you do a Gundam pick. There's gonna be a lot of things that I can use explosions for. It was one of the reasons I did this, is because I wanted everybody to have something. I mean, you can use explosions for most anything, but I would probably enjoy doing a Gundam pick with this kind of stuff. Robots. I'm thinking Transformers really would be a lot of fun too. All right, so here's this. Now, what I'm going to do is take the boom, copy, and this may or may not look good. It depends on what we want to do, how we want to play. But that's half of Photoshop, is just playing to see what you come up with. And I generally like things to be a little more angled like that. Whew, okay, now you saw the yellow boom and you saw it a lot thinner. So let me do this. I'm going to scale it. See this little link up here? That means that it's going to keep the proportions if I try to scale it. I want to make it thinner and a little wider so that it doesn't keep the proportions. So I'm going to click on that and then squeeze it down a little bit and drag it this way. Like there's all kinds of things you can do with this program. It's a lot of fun because of that. Okay, and we've got that. And now it's pretty close to the look of the explosion. I'm not sure I like that placement. There we go. So now what I'm going to do, and this will be pretty much the last thing probably. I mean, there's a lot we could do. We could be messing with selective color to make sure all the colors look right together and all these other things. But I just wanted to show you how to mask out the part underneath the explosion to make sure that the explosion was a lot richer. But I'm going to go to a hue saturation adjustment layer. And I'm going to make sure it's, shoot, come on now. Don't. It's fighting me. Oh, maybe that's because I'm hitting the wrong button. There we go. Okay, so the reason I did that and what that was here. You get so used to this stuff, guys, that you still miss it. That's hitting option, and you see when that symbol shows up, you click on the mouse and bam. Now what that means is it's only going to affect the boom layer instead of the entire image. So with the hue and saturation selected here, you can make that boom whatever color you want. And orange doesn't work so well just because it matches it quite a bit. But we could go with a red. Yeah, that's kind of good right there. We could back it off, go with more of a yellow, whatever color you want to do. You can make that boom work. So that's pretty much it. That's just an explosion in the sky. And that's what it is. That's the whole tutorial. That's what I've got for this one. So hopefully anybody that has Photoshop at home that was watching, you can follow along and you can figure out, okay, maybe this isn't so tough. Maybe this isn't such a pain in the butt. I know that I've been using it for so long that I really feel like I'm on autopilot. But as Ironic brought up, there's so many ways to do this stuff that it might be that his way absolutely trumps my way. So I'm going to want to look at it and see if I can mess with that a little more, see if I can make that work better for me. It's just whenever I've tried using like the select the object and everything, it's never worked out quite as well as I'd like. But Photoshop's always evolving, so it's possible that it's got it figured out better than it used to. So there you go. That was that. Now I'm just going to get out of there. Bum, 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 bum. And whoa, hey, it's me. See how everybody's doing. Skew Raider explosion looks awesome. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And that's something for anybody that doesn't know. The link to the Toypixx Patreons in the video description. Anything I put on there to help you guys with toy photography is 1,000% free. So that explosion's free, the sky's free, the boom is free. So if you want to head down to the Toypixx Patreon and grab it, it's yours. See, what's up, Jamal's Toys? Thank you for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. Everybody push more buttons, Harry. I would curve the boom just a bit. I thought about that because we could warp it a little bit and do all kinds of fun stuff with it. And the only reason I didn't, I felt like it was already getting a little long. Like what I did with the boom for the thumbnail was I also added a stroke around it because I thought the line was too thin. So there's just so many things we can do with this stuff. It's crazy. Ahoy shipwreck, wreck ship. Wow. I've been saying your name for how long now, and I still went with shipwreck. Good Lord, man. Just came from Red Lobster. That sounds kind of perfect for you, really. Harry, biscuits. Yeah, that's the thing. Cheddar Bay biscuits. I always used to enjoy, like, I went to Red Lobster quite a bit way back when. I used to really dig their scampi. Alrighty. So that's what we got as far as the Photoshoperation goes. Now, something I wanted to show you guys just because I'm kind of proud here of this because I haven't been doing so great at it, so I want to get better. Now, this is the Toypixx homepage. Obviously, this still needs help, but the About works. So I think many of you were here when I was showing that the About worked. I was pretty excited about that. Anyway, About page. Everybody's got an about page. The collection page works. And the collection page, every time I take a picture of my stuff, like all the prompt pics that you guys see every night, it all ends up here. And you find some like Bane here. There are all kinds of pics of Bane. There are some figures that don't have near as many. But yeah, this is basically the collection page slash photo gallery. And then the blog page. I've actually posted a couple blogs lately. So I posted the photo contest blog over here, and I posted the past week's photogenic figures. I made sure to put those in blog form so people could read it instead of watching the 2 hour live stream if they didn't have time to do so. So obviously, I have a lot of stuff here that's been here for a long time. I'll probably end up getting rid of a lot of this just so Toypixx keeps going nuts and I keep getting more of this look. So yeah, I'm pretty excited that I actually have been doing things that are working. The disclaimer page has always worked. Patreon, I think I've got an actual page for that, but I think what I'm going to do there is just link it to Patreon. I don't know. We'll see. Free graphics, I don't have anything there yet. I believe what I'm going to do with that is at the end of the week, after all the Patreon freebies have gone up, it'll be a blog post showcasing the Patreon freebies. And then photogenic figures, that's where what I just told you goes. Tutorials and reviews. I need to do more of these so I can actually start filling up these spots. But yes, I have been doing more for the old website. And it's tough to find time to do that stuff. All right. That's awesome. Thank you, Jamal's Toys. I appreciate that, man. It's a blast. Unless, of course, you were saying biscuits was awesome. In which case, I still fully agree with you. No, that's pretty much all I had to show off to try and see what all everybody dug, what all everybody, if anybody had thoughts about any of that. But also, I think what we can do now, we can go find that 5K Toys figure. Tragic. I have to learn Photoshop. We all have to learn more, right? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Photoshop is fun when you don't have tons of space for setting up craziness. Like, I'm still jealous about the Hasbro warehouse where they get to set up the shots that they take for the classified figures. Oh, so much space. You can set a fire in there and make it awesome. Thank you, Tragic. I appreciate it. All right. I'm going to go to 5K Toys here, and we're going to see if we can find that figure that Ironic was talking about. Oh, gotta love the combatants fight for glory. All right. Featured pre-order, I'm assuming, is where we're at. Come on now. All right, Ironic, if you're still in there, let me know what we're after here. All this is cool. 5K Toys always does cool stuff. Like, they've always got cool stuff on their website. All right, I'll leave that up. So if Ironic comes back in, we shall be able to chat about it. So, what else does everybody have? What else has everybody seen recently? I know that there have been some figures. I know that the Mafex Captain America and the Mafex Daredevil are currently slated to release. Those are the comic versions. Are currently slated to release on October 1st. So we're really close, and I need that Captain America. I will eventually need that Daredevil, but that Captain America was one of those come hell or high water figures. I will have this Captain America. So I can't wait for him to show up. trying to think. I just saw a video from Kaiju Daddy talking about the Mayfix figures. And it looks like the Batfleck might not even release in October. It might be getting pushed back to November. I don't remember. There were a few they talked about. Homelander's getting a reissue. Obviously, we saw A-Train and X-Man. Help me out there, guys. So Nate Gray, X-Man. Am I wrong, or was he also in the 616? I know he was in Age of Apocalypse, but help me out with that because I'm trying to decide if I need him. Ghost Av, hello. Thanks for stopping by, man. I have to back this up. My head takes up so much screen. Back up, you fiend. But yeah, I couldn't remember Nate Gray. I couldn't remember if he shows up in the 616 or if it was just Age of Apocalypse. And it was kind of driving me crazy. Nate Gray, yes sir, Skew Raider. See if I can find those. Those are fun. I am the anime guy. I know little to nothing about comics. See, I know more about comics, but clearly I don't have the knowledge that I'm currently trying to figure out here. Hold on here. Mayfix Nate Gray. Let's see if somebody has. Aha, here we go. Oh, wait. This is terrible, but I feel bad because I think JC's probably a pretty cool, upstanding guy, but every time I go to his website, the computer just wants to crash. Marvelous News is the only place I see that I can reliably find pictures. Hold on. I'm going to click images here. YouTube, Marvelous News, Reddit's just kind of the... Yeah, Reddit's not going to get it done. Dang it. You know, probably has something. Hang on, guys. I know what I'm doing. Ish. We shall go to the X machine. Oops. And next. All right. I almost tried to narrate my password there. That might have been bad. Probably not. It's just the X machine. Who cares? All right. Let us go find, because I'm sure he's going to have all the pictures we need. Oh, shoot. Okay, here we go. Preternia. Preternia will have something, and now let me bring you guys back in so you can see the screen that I'm partying with right now. All right, we are on X. We're on Preternia's X page. What's the Mezco? I wonder if this is a 5 points thing. That's right. We just go to Preternia to learn all our news. There's a new Pokemon Selects figure coming. I know nothing about Pokemon Selects, but I feel like I should know more about Pokemon. It's one of those franchises. Obviously, you've heard Guile's here, because I've talked about Guile all over the place. McFarlane continues to make Batmans. Avengers going to Walmart. Oh, look at this. I didn't think of this. Okay, it is Hiya Toys. So if you guys didn't see this, Hiya Toys has these Contra figures. And I don't know, look at that. Like, obviously, there's a lot of stuff there, and these are 1/12 scale. So if you're into Contra a ton, these might be something that you can mess with. But who knows? If you're not into Contra a ton, it's probably not something you'll mess with. They have fewer hands than a lot of what Hiya's stuff comes with, but I think they probably make up with it in all these explosion effects. I like the explosion effects. But yeah, I think these look pretty good. And then we'll come back. I'll check with the chat and we'll come back and continue our Mayfex hunt. But yeah, there's the Contra stuff I was talking about earlier. He had a limited series, then Marvel transferred him to 616. Okay, Skew, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I thought, was he was in the Age of Apocalypse, though, right? Or am I just going crazy? See, Stabby, get me. Stabby, the angry wallets, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know about your wallets. My wallet, very, very angry. It is. It hates all that is good and noble about me, which really means it doesn't hate much of me at all. Yamaguchi announcement and showed picture of comic Batman Beyond. That's right. That's right. I forgot about that. We might have to find that too. Pretunia probably has it all. Go me. Let's see. Had to look it up. He always had me unsure. Nate. Yep. Yeah, that was the thing. I'm not sure about his story for whatever reason. I wasn't an Age of Apocalypse guy either, though. NECA did Contra and did a good job. People just didn't give it. Well, I understand. I do, because that's when I was initially looking for these, I couldn't find Contra except in the NECA ones. I wonder if it's a scale thing. If like people are going to be like, oh, well, now they fit with more of my stuff, so I'll get them. We shall see. I had you. I had you figured. Right. Very interesting to see a seemingly original design for the Yamaguchi Batman Beyond. I saw something that showed he was Rebirth or New 52, something that people were saying that it was based on. I just don't remember what it was exactly. Ironic. On 5K Toys, search for Fog Toys. Gotcha. I will do that. I've already got the 5K Toys window called up. All right. Reminds me of the Desert Rangers from Mega Rangers, which I am pretty sure were inspired by Batman Beyond in the first place and Spawn. Well, that's kind of perfect. Oh, great. Googly moogly. We have the bouncy bouncy. I got charged 160 USD for Kickstarter Spawn, so I'm in the poorhouse for the rest of the month. Ouch. How many of them did you order? I haven't paid much attention. Is 162 or is it all three? Or do they even have three? I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Up that. Awesome figures. Love that code. Good memories. Borrowing extra lives with your peeps on Contra. Man, I never played Contra without 99 lives. It was ridiculous, basically. I have a restaurant by me actually that has the Konami code on the wall. It's kind of hilarious. And it's like a Thai restaurant. You wouldn't expect it to be there, but it's pretty funny. Let's see. I'm more of a Metal Slug guy, but these figures look cool. I know what Metal Slug is now, so I'm proud of myself. Of course, it's only because I've seen pictures of toys. I think it's based on a comic design, not the original comic or animated design, but on a later design for the Batman Beyond figure. Yeah, I just, like I said, I thought I read somebody say, like, I guess DC is rebooted so many times, nobody really knows where it's actually from. Somebody knows where it's actually from. I just don't remember what they said. Nezza Ranger. Okay. I don't know that either. You could throw anything at me and put Ranger at the end, and I probably don't know what I'm saying. I ordered 3 medieval spawns, 2 for me and 1 for a friend. Got it, Ghost Tab. Awesome. Those look incredible. Like truly they look incredible. See, me neither, Dave. That was the fun. Project. The Contra guys look freaking sick. Yeah, they look crazy. which is basically what two dudes going up against a horde of aliens would have to be. Death by moving camera screen. Keep jumping up before the screen gets you. All right. Couple more. Do you want me to send you the picture or are you good with the Batman? I mean, if you want to send the picture, absolutely. Fire it off to the Toypixx Instagram. That tends to be where I get a lot of that stuff. The Toypixx Instagram, by the way, folks, replace the I with a 1 because the person that actually has Toypixx on there has a few Lego shots, and I can't get a hold of them for seeing if I can get that name off them. That Fog Toys figure is a great deal. All right, let me head over there right now before we lose poor Ironic. Okay, search. I'm going to assume this is up the alphabet series. There we go. Can I? Ah, that's weak sauce. Oh, that is sweet. How did I miss this? That thing's awesome. Okay, so it's a motorcycle, but it's a walker? Okay, clearly she works on it quite a bit. What is this? Is this based on something, guys, or is this? Oh, okay. Anyway, is it based on something, or is this an original design from Fog Toys? Oh, that is super cool. I need to get more crazy stuff like this. Like I feel so basic being all stoked about my Captain America when things like this exist. She looks like she should probably have a little more grease on her. Yeah, that's really cool. How did I not know about that? Ironic. Thank you for bringing that to our attention or my attention. It seems like everybody else knows. That is sweet. Of course, I was going through that and didn't share the screen. Hang on, guys. My apologies. Let me head back here and I'll go right back through all that. I got so blown away by how cool the figure was. Okay, here we go. Apologies again, folks. That thing's ridiculous. That's why you'll see in a minute why, like, this thing's all dirty, but she looks all clean. Maybe your boots have some weathering. This is why I was asking, is it a motorcycle and a walker? But it looks like maybe we've got a wheel right here, and then these kick forward to be like the front tires. It almost has more of an ATV look to it when it transforms. This is why I looked at her and thought she looks like she should be a little greasier. Yeah. I love just the motorcycle thing or the whatever it is. Look at that. I didn't notice that the first time I looked. She's just chilling in the back. I like photos like this where you're just kind of relaxing. It's not showing like and I'm horrible for this. I love doing action shots, but photos like this, these are a little I just really like them where it's not like there's anything imminent. Nobody's going to throw a punch or anything like that. They're just kind of much calmer posing. But see, this is like I looked at her, I'm going, she looks awfully clean considering all the tools she comes with. That is a sweet ride, though. And there you go. Again, guys, my apologies. I haven't blown it like that in a while. Clearly, I'm a little off. All right, let's see. Let's wait. Let's find where everybody started saying, Dave, you're not showing the figure. For the Batman Beyond, I mean, I knew what you meant, Ghost Tav. I would love to see that image. Country Guy could pass as a Rambo, which I thought it was the inspiration. I don't know, but I'm sure there's something to it. Just have agreed, awesome look. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Rambo was the inspiration. I've just never looked into it. I'm still seeing, yep, there we go. There we go. This is where I get busted because I didn't know what I was doing. Let's see. Is it the girl on the bike? Yes, yes, it is. Let's see. Speaking cool, check Fujimoto Captain America. Fujimoto Captain America, huh? See, Chainsaw Man author did a sick design, a cap. I'll have to look that up. Is it a figure or is it a piece of art? Ironic. There was another male figure that includes a hover bike. I got that one last Christmas. That is, I mean, this is sweet. I didn't even think to look at the price. I know you guys were saying she was a good deal. Looks like original design. Remind me a lot of, let's see, End of Gundam Reconquista motorcycle. If not, Ride Back anime. Huh. Things I don't know. Things I need to learn. I've seen the first three Gundam movies, and after that, I got nothing. Subbed, by the way, not dubbed. I do know not to make that mistake for me. I don't know, Dave. Looks like soft goods on that figure. Harry, I really don't mind soft goods. Like it looks like it's not going to impede her articulation all that much. When it comes to superheroes, they got to be able to move really well. And so that's why, like, I'm curious about Mezco Rumble Society, but less curious about Mezco when it comes to comic characters and stuff like that. But no, I'm not against cloth goods. Okay, posted the Batman picture, Batman Beyond picture, and click share. What do I do? Let's see. What do I do there? Are you on Ghost Tab? Are you on Instagram? What you could do, why don't you do this instead? Just email it to toypixx@gmail.com. That should be that's probably the easiest way to do it. Let's see. I barely use Instagram. Got it. Yeah, just send it to toypixx@gmail. See, how does it figure up or size up to other lines? Rebel Tech is kind of hit and miss on that. I was looking up a lot of reviews. Some scale just right, some are a little short. See, I'm Instagram. You're in Instagram. Got it. Let me know if you would rather try Instagram or if you're cool with the email suggestion. And if you'd rather try Instagram, I'll see. You should be able to go to the Toypixx page and hit message and then just send me. It's probably going to be a message request. Send me it through the message request and I can check it from there. A member of Team Milk Tea Girl. Awesome bike. No. Milk Tea Girl is her own special crazy. This one's cool though. Gun Girl, no, it's Milk Tea Girl and Bunny Girl Eileen. Those are the special kinds of crazies. Is it the Amazing Yamaguchi Batman Beyond? Yeah, that's the one that we've been talking about, LBC. Sorry that I'm going to be on and off, quite occupied. You are good, Mirage. Don't even worry about it. I appreciate that you're still here. Ghost Have, I'll just put the link. Okay, sounds good, Ghost Have. All right, so yeah, she's red. Now I'm going to go back real quick. Don't worry, I'm still on the same screen she's on. Okay. Oh, and there's an upgraded version. Okay. Featured deluxe action figure, 28 USD, but we all know that's just a down payment. Let's see. Okay, full price for the deluxe set of Girl and Mecha is 138 plus shipping. Deposit is 28 and second payment is 110 plus shipping. I don't know, guys. What do you think? You think that's pretty good? It honestly, the way that toy prices are right now, especially with cloth goods, especially with all the paint wear and how much that bike moves around, that might be pretty good. I just don't know. Like I don't know how to judge something like this because we don't have a lot of stuff coming that's like this. Like right now there is a Beetlejuice Mezco that's for 155. And that's probably the closest we've got here to compare this to. And I would say this is pretty impressive compared to that. But that's pretty impressive too. I don't even know. I'm trying to think back to what all that Beetlejuice has. LBC. Oh yeah, I posted that to you last night. Never mind. Yep. You're the one that pointed out that it had wings right on the same picture I saw. LBZ's like, yeah, man, the wings are hanging down at its side, and I did one of these because how did I miss that? I look at pictures all day. Why would I have missed that? Usually, I don't miss stuff like that. So of course, I was feeling highly observant. All right, so there's that. Now, what I'm going to do, let me see here real quick. Get two more. I could see companies charging 100 for the girl and 100 for the bike. That's possible, isn't it? Ghost Tab, if you like the figure, go for it. Not that expensive for 112. Not my genre, so I wouldn't buy it. That's the thing. And I asked yesterday, I believe it was what genre action figures are your favorites. Honestly, like I've talked about on here before, I mean, I can't, but if I had all the money, I would spend thousands a month on this stuff because so much of it I think is cool. Of course, I need a very large room because I also hate clutter. I would be hosed because of clutter. LBC, I'm mostly getting this since I already have their first release. Yeah, and I have to think they probably, I mean, I don't know. Are they going to pair well together? Because I don't remember the first one. Okay, let's get out of here. Don't worry, I'm staying up on things now, guys. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. I don't want to hose everybody like I did for a little bit there. Okay, back to Contra. We saw them. Let's get out of there. Double check StreamYard. Make sure you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. Cool beans. Oh, here we go. A Train is coming out. So if anybody's out there getting the boys action figures, you've got A Train coming now. And I haven't been, but they're getting so close to just nailing all of it that I'm a lot more curious about it than I used to be. Plus, there is a legit goal of getting all the Mafex one day. So we shall see. But what do you guys think? Does anybody here collect the boys figures? More shots of A Train here. I still have to see seasons 3 and 4. I'm telling you, horrendous nerd, and I liked 1 and 2. Hang on, let's go back and look at those arms. Ah, okay. I want to look back at some shots where he's really bending those arms. Okay, he's not there. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Oh, I hate it when they change the articulation a little bit and I can't tell what it can do. Like here, who knows how much of it is bent forward, so we don't know how much of a bend we're getting. Like there, it almost looks like it's bent as far as it can go, which might be just past 90, which is kind of crazy, especially for Mayfex. All right, now here is what we were talking about. X-Man, Nate Gray. And he's got a bunch of effects we can use with Phoenix, which is kind of rad. Yeah. I got to find out if I need Nate. Oh, man, that was a yawn. My apologies. At least with the comic figures, it looks like they're keeping the elbows the same way. I know that they did that similar. Yeah, that looks like it's probably a better bend there. I know they changed up the movie Captain America, but it looked like there were kind of extenuating circumstances because of the design of the suit, which is why they had to do that. Skew Raider, cool line, yeah. For the boys, you mean? Ironic. I see there's a 118th fantasy line of dwarves launching called Beards of the Dragon. Oh, we might go check out Beards of the Dragon, even though I tend not to focus on 118. I kid. Actually, I've been tempted by Highest G.I. Joe stuff. I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, they're like cyberpunkish. Okay, the dwarves are cyberpunkish? Because suddenly, now you have my attention. Dig the show. Have none of the figs, though. Yeah, that's what Mayfex does, man. They're like, oh, here, casually drop $160 a month if you want to get all the Mayfex. The latter seasons of the boys have gone down, so not interested in the boys no more. Really? I'd heard that 4 had gone downhill a bit, but nobody said, or I hadn't heard anything about 3. I only have Starlight so far. She looks pretty good. I was impressed with that one. And I was impressed with Homelander and Billy as well. Black Noir looks good. Like I think they're really doing a good job with what I've seen of these characters. If you want to see some cool customs and recipes, check out Figure Realm. Got it, ironic. Thank you. Let's see, that bike and rider lady, cool line. Nate Mayfex also looks good. You guys know me. I loves me my Mayfex. I just need to know more. See, the fog toys. Okay. Got it. Got it, LBC. So you're saying that looks a little cyberpunkish, which works. I mean, she looks a little cyberpunkish too. So if they both have that look, hey, maybe they go together. Although, when I initially thought cyberpunk dwarves, that's insanity. Season 3 is extremely good. Season 4 gets super political, so I'm noping out. I'm not looking to get preached to from either side. Ghost Have, I hear you, man. That's the kind of stuff that takes me out of shows. And I hate being taken out of shows because suddenly it's no longer entertainment for me. Okay. So, what was that called? Let me head back. Beards of the Dragon. Let's check out Beards of the Dragon on the old Kickstarter. And don't worry, I am keeping in mind the fact that I totally blew it. The Beards of Dragon Kingdoms, huh? So, all right, I am there. I'm going to head back right now so I don't totally screw up. Okay, we are back to Kickstarter. They need 99.8. They have 10,210 with 9 days to go. Oh man, BBTS better come in a hurry. I wonder if, what do you guys think? Does anybody in the chat right now collect 1/18th scale figures? I know there's still a market for them, but I don't know how big that market is. Okay. They are pretty cool. I'm not personally into the 1/18th stuff so much. But you gotta love a green one. Oh, and a one with crazy horns. And the one that looks like Danny DeVito's penguin. I do love the Viking look there. The Eric the Red look. Definitely took a little inspiration from Norse mythology. Actually, I say that. Where did the mythology of dwarves come from? Was it Norse mythology? Like, I mean, these kinds of dwarves, you know? That's an angry Santa dwarf. I don't know what that dwarf is. They come with cool stuff. No extra hands, of course. But then, how practical are extra hands in 1/18th scale? What is this? Ooh, fancy. Oh, those are just the capes. Okay, I got you. All right, let's see what you guys are saying over here. Ghost Tab, I heard the Agatha show is out and it gives the Acolyte a run for its money. You know what? Just hearing that, I'm going to nope out of Agatha. I can't do it. I can't do it. If I hear something is comparable to the Acolyte, I'm out. It's terrible. I know because I love Marvel and I love Star Wars, but that was like I became a hate watcher and I don't want to do that. I own some 1/18th for robots. Other than that, 1/12 to 1/6. Got it. Yeah, I'm curious. Like Marauders is still around, so there's definitely a market for the customization. They've been around for a while. Tony Stark dwarf. That's the one I couldn't come up with. I like it, Skew. It's like Iron Man dwarf. These are cool too. They are. Like so many people make such cool stuff. There's another one out now that's being funded. Monstars. Am I off? They're like, oh man, I can't remember what they're called. Dwarf's lore originally came from Scandinavia. Okay. I'm sitting here saying, yeah, Viking stuff, Norse, were they? For whatever reason, I did not know that. I appreciate it, Ghost Tab. Thank you. More of my mythology is more just anybody else's. It's Greek and Roman, and some of that stuff I've totally forgotten. That is the word on the webs for Agatha. Oh, and that stinks because Aubrey Plaza cracks me up. I actually forgot it was coming on. If I had had the means to collect 25th anniversary Joes, I'd probably still collect 118th. Yeah, Gunstar. Yeah, those were some fun figures, and they went all out on that line. Skew Raider, I guess the quality over quantity is later on. See, Monstars are up on BBTS. Got it. They're also a Kickstarter, right? So I'm assuming that BBTS is like, okay, let's go fund those. Let me just change this to BBTS. See if it did that in the window. Let's see. Hey, look at that. It did that in the window. Sweet. And here they are. Okay. These are cool. They're more scaled for He-Man though, right? Like they're going to be a little smaller than most 112 scale, at least as far as height. Width, I think they probably can take most 112 scale. I always love seeing the prototype images, even though I think we're looking at a prototype render. $60. And they are July of next year. Yep, 5.5 inch scale. Made of plastic, part of Monstars, multiple points of articulation, interchangeable parts, and accessories. And it's Shamumu. Oh, two pairs of hands, open weapon holding, an anchor weapon, a starfish, and a base. So they do come with stuff, which is pretty cool. I don't know, man. I feel like I missed out on a lot of the neon that a lot of people love. I mean, I was around for a lot of the neon craze, but not so much with the figures. Like when it came to Star Brigade and Ninja Force, that was kind of me going, I don't know about this, guys. Even some of the later regular G.I. Joe line. But these are pretty cool. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I just found something you can get for your Cobra Army. Dr. Mindbender was having some fun, a bunch of genetic experiments, and they made this. Oh, that thing's really cool. It's like a Cobra Scorpion. That's the kind of thing that I could be tempted to pick up. Oh, and they've got the interchangeability too. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I gotta like before I wasn't interested at all, and then I saw the Cobra Scorpion, and now I'm thinking that is rad. Skew Raider, Ghost Tab, Deadpool and Wolvie and Blade will bring better stuff for sure. Moon Knight stuff coming, Secret Wars. You know, I'm hoping Blade. I keep hearing that Blade might just be removed from the schedule. I want Daredevil to be awesome, but I've also heard that that was before the big switch. But then I also know that Feige went back and scrapped what they were working on and said, no, no, we're starting over. So I'm hoping Daredevil Born Again is really good. And if it is, then I'll have a little more faith in more of the stuff going forward. Right on, Monstars, Dave. Yeah, man. Like, which one of these is your guy's favorite? I have to go with that Cobra Scorpion thing. That is rad. And like I say, this is not the kind of thing I even really look at. So I'm glad I took a sec to check that out. Yep, 5.5 inch scale. Ghost tab. Let's see. I liked Moon Knight and Deadpool 3. Marvel needs to check better writing for their shows. That's the worst part when it comes to even the Star Wars and the Marvel stuff. Like there hasn't been a Marvel series that I felt like going back and rewatching. Like I thought Miss Marvel was pretty good. I wanted Falcon and the Winter Soldier to be good. And then WandaVision was okay because it was new. But overall, it's just been kind of meh. It feels like filler, and I don't want the MCU stuff to feel like filler. And then there were one that I liked that was Star Wars that most didn't was Ahsoka. And the reason I liked it is I know how Filoni writes, but I also acknowledge that Filoni needs to step it up for live action. Things have to happen a lot faster so that you're not taking an entire season to try and build characters and then leave it on a cliffhanger instead of a whole lot of cool stuff going on. But yeah, overall, the Disney Plus stuff is pretty. Yep, they've got to. Fans aren't playing around, want good stuff. Yep, like you guys were saying, quality over quantity. And I wouldn't mind quantity if it was all quality. It's just not. That Cobra dude is dope. I know. I'm telling you, that's your Cobra army, ladies and gents. You want something freaky? That's what you go to. Both are cool. Let's see. I need a bigger monitor so I can catch that you guys are just correcting yourselves after I figured out what you meant. Figures look cool. I'd rather pre-order and pay later since I'm trying to protect my wallet for a week or two. Good man, Ghost Tab. Good man. I had there was a company is starting to do layaway again. I can't remember which one, but I was talking about how layaway would hose me. Layaway is a great idea. My problem with it, for me personally, this isn't a judgment on anybody else. I know how I work. I would sit there and say, well, it's only $50. I can put it on layaway or whatever, right? Or this is 200. I can put it on layaway. Plus this, I can put that on layaway. So after a while, my layaway purchases are costing me $500 a month just because I wouldn't even think about it. In my head, it would just be, okay, put this on layaway, put this on layaway, put this on layaway. And suddenly I'd be going, how much of that did I really need? That's why that kind of hoses me. And doing what you're talking about, Ghost Have, I have to be careful there too, because I could just suddenly just say, you know what, this stuff will be here in a year. I've got plenty of time. But then, depending on what goes on with Toypixx and everything else, maybe I'm still in a position where I'm like, ooh, better tighten the belt a little bit. Once Toypixx has me out of that position, it's going to be a lot crazier, though. You guys are going to see insane stuff you never thought I'd buy. Hello, Kyrus. Thank you for showing up, man. What do you think of these Monstars? I think you know what. We're gonna keep chatting them for a minute, but I want to make sure that we're not sitting here looking at all of them when the one to look at. Let's see, I want a good shot. The one to look at is this guy. This is your Cobra Army, ladies and gents. Yeah. Oh man, between that shot and this shot. Yeah, we're gonna leave it here while we chat. Kyrus, there's a sale on Mezco Destro for $56. Where's that at, Kyrus? I got it. Oh man, I have to get one of those Mezcos at some point. Let's see. Daredevil was redone. It will be awesome with Punisher, Heroes for Hire, Jessica Jones. Is that all? Like, I knew Punisher was confirmed. I didn't know that. So, does that mean Luke and Danny are both coming back and Jessica Jones is too? Or is that stuff that is coming in down the future, like down the pipeline a little bit? Kyrus, get one if you like. I like a lot. And Tragic was no help the other day either when he came in here showing us that ubiquitous diorama. I looked at it more and I'm going, oh man, this is going to kill me. I'm liking the killer whale and red scorpion. Not sure if I'll get mine or not sure if I'll get me some. I'll wait for the reviews to make a decision. Ghost Tab, there will be no dissension. Everybody who's watching must love this one. The others, they don't count. This is the one to love. That's it. I, of course, kid. We'll go back and check those guys out in a minute, too. Skew Raider, Ahsoka was good. Yeah, I thought it was good because I understood Al Filoni rights, But I do understand other people saying it needed to pick up the pace a little bit. Only Star Wars movie I liked was Rogue One. Great female MC main character. Why do I get thrown off when I see MC and I know you guys mean main character? Mandalorian has been okay, not great. I really liked the first two seasons of Mando, and I thought they honestly could have ended the show with the first two seasons of Mando. I wouldn't have wanted them to, but I think they brought Grogu back way too early. I get why they did it. Marketing, they need merchandise and all that. But it would have been good to see Mando kind of on its own for a while. And then later on, Grogu and Mando get reunited. And by a while, I don't mean just a few episodes of Book of Boba Fett and they're back together. I mean, maybe give it a few years. Would have been cool to see how much the experience with Grogu had changed Mando a little bit. Monster Wars, yes, Brick. I stopped here because this thing is, yeah, this is just creepy awesomeness here. I don't usually go for things this small and lacking articulation, but the designs are brilliant and the vibrancy and energy of these just won me over. Just getting one and the digital art of ebook. Oh, I gotta check that out too. This is the one. If I went nuts and I got one, this is the one that I would get. But Ghost Have, there was dissension in the ranks, so we're gonna have to check those other two out in a sec. On eBay, got it, Kyrus. Thank you. There you go, guys. If anybody needs some Destro, he's on eBay for $56. I like Shoji's store's approach. Put a small deposit, and if you change your mind, you can cancel and only lose $1. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's see. They are cool. Yeah. Mindbender would totally dig this Cobra. Mindbender would want it to be these colors too. I'm pretty sure. But with it being a Kickstarter, you'll probably see that in different colors too. So you could have just one of them's a leader and then the others are the soldiers. Who knows? That ubiquitous diode talk totally got me. They're sitting on BBTS and I'm still sorting out exactly what configuration I need. Isn't that great? We all know to put need in quotes, but really, we do need it. We need it. That's key. Ghost Tab. Unfortunately, Baby Yoda sells, so it was brought back right away. Yep, exactly. Exactly. That was the whole reason for it, was a marketing push. Supposed to be for heroes, they're not confirmed. Danny has been, but not Luke. Yet he will if they call, but let's see, them and more surprises. Okay, Luke's going to come in. If Danny's in, Luke's coming in. Rick, nice. I got that same one, sorta. I got the color swapped one that's in the Shamumu colorway. Ah, we'll go back and check that. So I'm sitting there talking repaints. There's already a repaint that I just didn't see. Some glow in the dark. Okay, I skipped the glow in the dark ones. That's where he must be. Basically, I'm assuming the same molds just glow in the dark, correct? This is Monstars, Martine. I think this thing's sweet. You look at this and you have to think that Dr. Mindbender went crazy in a Cobra lab somewhere. They're about He-Man size, but even though they're about He-Man size, I'm still curious. I'm here to chew ass, kick bubble gum. I'm all out of bubble gum. Oh, spaded one. See, looks like a Diablo sub boss. I need to learn these things. Me being a bad nerd again. I hope they go nuts with appearances. Cloak and Dagger, Daughters of the Dragon, Agents of Shield, etc. Spider-Man. Man, you're talking a lot of money to try and bring in Tom Holland. Would be nice if they could pull it off though. Then you're suddenly going, wait a sec, what money does Sony get for or maybe it's not even money necessarily. How many subscribers will they get for Daredevil Born Again? Probably not too many. What they need to do is release the series in a theater. That would be fun. I can't wait for the Hasbro Cobra Commander figure very soon. Yep, I've got that one on pre-order. I'm going to need him. Cobra Commander has one of those classic looks. They could make him 200 years from now and he'd still look cool. If the ugly baby Danny is coming to Marvel, then so will Luke Cage, since people like one of the two. Spoiler alert, it ain't Danny. I never watched, what was that? I never watched Iron Fist because I had heard enough people say it wasn't that great. They look like they would go well with Motu as well. I think that they're actually Lord Galvatron 80, by the way. Thanks for stopping by, man. I recognize the name. Anyway, yeah, they're scaled for the He-Man size, which, wow, me in words, they're at He-Man scale. So yeah, they'd be cool. And I think He-Man's still going nuts with snake people, right? So you could have like an army of those guys. These monster figures look like they slammed every Motu and TMNT knockoff into one toy line. All right, I'm going to go back here real quick. I want to find the ones that Ghost Tab was talking about. I also want to find the glow in the dark from this one. Okay, Ghost Tab, you said the whale one, right? Sting Cobra. Wait a sec. Okay, sorry. This was one, correct? Ooh, I like his green little buddy. This looks like the same Cobra, just different. Okay, hold on. I'm all over the place. Let's look at this whale guy. There we go. Okay, I'm sure you were talking about this one. That's a lot more, and this isn't a shot or anything. I think one of the reasons I like the Cobra with the scorpion tail, the green one, is because of the crazy colors. This one's a little more muted, but I still dig the design. Like, one thing I like about what these Kickstarter folks are doing are coming up with these crazy designs. Now, Monstars were a thing before this, right? Because I don't remember. And then Shamumu. Where is, hold on, here we go. There it is. This is probably the one Mindbender would actually create because it's all crazy and glow in the dark. Must catch up. SKU dropping soon. Cobra Commander. Oh yeah. That pre-order. Ooh, when he shows up, I'm gonna be pretty excited. Iron Fist was very, very bad. See, and that's what I heard from a lot of people. In fact, I think the only ones I really took seriously, I started watching Jessica Jones, and that was good. I just didn't finish it for whatever reason. I watched the first, I think, two seasons of Daredevil, and I liked it. Like, there's so many things that I start, and for whatever reason, time mostly, I just don't end up finishing them. But I made it a point to see both seasons of Punisher, and I thought that was pretty good too, especially that first one. I liked because I like heroes for hire. Hey man, if that's your team, if Iron Fist and Power Man are your people, and you've never seen them in media before, and there they are, I totally get it. I watched Iron Fist stepping on poop. Ain't that great? Iron Fist season one was a catastrophe. Ugh. Iron Fist was a letdown, especially the fights. Daredevil spoiled us. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe Daredevil shouldn't have been the lead in show. Shout out to you, Photo Day, Lord Galvatron 80. Thank you, man. Seeing that, I'm like, oh yeah, all right, I know who's here. Skew Raider. Yep, yep. It will be better. Seeing Luke and Danny together, saw everything was dope and in the best way. Okay, cool. I didn't see what was the Defenders. What was the oh man? What was the group called when they all got together? I didn't see that show either. Was it the Defenders? Am I actually remembering correctly? I don't know things. Luke Cage had more kung fu action than Iron Fist. Oh no. Clearly, I am easily persuaded by people saying, no, no, Dave, no, no, do not watch that show. Yes. God, it goes to have. I like it better on red. Okay, I got you. How about glow in the dark? No, actually, I think the green's my favorite. I tend not to dig glow in the dark stuff that much. By himself, there were some struggles, I admit, but at least he had Outcast. Was Outcast the music for Iron Fist? Was he getting a whole lot of hey ya action? Looks the same. I just like the color. And yes, I like killer whales. Killer whales are pretty sweet. I will totally give you that. Like what they need like a just a straight up killer whale action figure in really bright colored clothes. Just the black and white with like a lime green or like a fluorescent pink, just craziness. Hey, Toypixx, did you know that actress Jessica Jones from the show, she's Jack's daughter in real life? I did know that. Krista, is it? It's Kristen Ritter, correct? John Ritter's kid? I said Krista, and I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure it's Kristen. Walls. Oh, John Ritter. The last time I saw him on TV, Scrubs. That's right. I will work Scrubs into every live stream now because I can. Monster Killer Whale comes in yellow and light blue, which I would prefer. Okay. I must have just missed it going through. Great looking figures, but at 59 bucks, I'm not feeling it. That does make it tough. Like, what are these? This size for He-Man is more, they're around 20 bucks, right? The only thing is these seem a lot. bigger, like they have a lot more stuff, but does that justify another 40 bucks? Probably not for most people's wallets, but we'll see. If BBTS has them on pre-order, they must think there's a lot of interest here and a lot of interest from people that'll pay the monies. See, come and knock on a door. Good Lord, man. You made me sing. That's always a problem. Nobody likes that. Watch Luke Cage, Dave. Danny shows up and it's good appearances. All right. Because I had started Luke Cage too. I thought that was pretty good. But again, another one that, like, the only one I made sure I saw all of was The Punisher. Punisher season one is one of my favorites so far. Haven't watched all the Netflix stuff yet, though. Yeah, neither have I. Neither have I, clearly. And we totally can now. It's on Disney Plus if we have it. I mean, I have Disney Plus. I need to check it out. Good. I figured. Iron Fist was okay in Heroes for Hire because he got his behind whooped and everybody told him he talks like somebody on the spectrum. Oh, good Lord. Oh, Danny. All right. It was bad showrunner fight scenes on Iron Fist. When on Daredevil, they'll have to be dope. Watch The Defenders too. I was thinking it was called The Defenders. I know Sigourney Weaver at least was portrayed, or at least in the trailers, looked like the big bad. And she's always cool and stuff. I'm sure everyone here articulated the like button. Oh, Harry. I like it. Slam that like button. No, don't slam it. Don't hurt your computers. Do one of these. That's it. That's all I got. Maybe don't lick your finger first. That makes the keyboard even more gross. Defenders. All right. Cool beans, Ghost Tab. Thank you. It was okay. It was okay. Well, it sounds like okay is better than what Iron Fist was getting from everybody. Best part of Defenders was how New York City was held by dragon bones. What? Like dragon bones were the structure of the city? Like the literal bones? I like how Ward from Iron Fist was like a Justin Long knockoff, just a medium, if you will. Justin Long, there were things he was in that I found hilarious. Did anybody, okay, here's the most disturbing movie. Probably not the most disturbing, but I'm assuming many of us saw the movie Waiting, correct? With Ryan Reynolds and Justin Long and Amy Smart. And oh, what was oh man, the woman that was on Mom on CBS. She was in Anna Faris. I believe she was in it as well. But yeah, that was a twisted movie that had me cracking up all the way through. That basically shows you my level of humor. You should check out a fan film, Logan the Wolf, if Wolverine was a Viking. Oh, so you're going to take some of the most violent people in the history of the world and you're going to throw Wolverine into that mix. That dude's going to throw down with Genghis Khan and win. They gave him so fresh and so clean, but skip it unless it's your team's. Uh, I want it to be Hey Ya or Roses maybe. They should have made Jessica Jones walk into a room and fell into a sofa like his dad. I don't know things. That sounds wrong. Stick was entertaining. I saw a stick in some Daredevil. He was entertaining there, but I'm assuming you're going with the Defenders. Yellow and light blue sound like a tiger shark scheme. Oh, that might be. That would be. That would be closer. Something like that, or just a straight up tiger. Ray Planet sales probably convinced BBTS to put bets on this line. That could be. That could be. But they come with a ton of things and a ton of articulation. So we'll see. I mean, like I say, the Cobra guy, the Cobra with a scorpion tail, the green one looks cool to me, but am I going to drop $60? I don't know. Punisher is fire. Yeah, that was a fun series. I shot the like button with a mega buster. Oh, is the like button okay? I don't want it breaking. See, it makes less sense in context. Maybe, do you have a Mega Man and you just kind of tapped it? Ward from Iron Fist was in Banshee. Let's see, Banshee? I'm going with Banshee as a former neo Yahtzee turned sheriff. Got it. Okay. Harry. Waiting. Yep. Yep. If you guys haven't seen Waiting and you want to learn what bat wings are, see, yes, dragon bones were the structure of the entire structure of New York City. If it sounds stupid, then you must be sober. This is Pellegrino. It is sparkling water. Really, I'm trying to be really good when it comes to food, but yeah, it's tough to do. So I can't just drink water all the time and coffee. So I thought, okay, let's try carbonation and see what happens. But yeah, I am sober, but that doesn't mean if it's put together, if the story is put together well, I would totally buy Dragon Bones for the structure of New York City. Must. See, the fan film is on YouTube, about 12 minutes, total gore fest. Wolverine is a Viking. I would be disappointed if it weren't a total gore fest. In Three's Company, Jack would walk into a room and fall onto a sofa for a laugh. Got it, Ghost Tab. Okay. It's been so long since I've seen Three's Company, and I remember when it was on in reruns. I just haven't seen it in years. Danny wears a hoodie in Iron Fist because actor didn't know martial arts at the time. Iron Fist is supposed to be the ultimate weapon, and truck drivers would beat him up. Show sucked. Did he have the Iron Fist power when the show started, or was that something he got later? Banshee, yeah. Homelander also is in it as the main character. Oh, I haven't even heard of it. The Defenders, he was better. Teamed up with Luke, he's better. Right choreographers, the Defenders slash Daredevil, there is hope. There is always hope. Rebellions are built on hope. From playing Neo Yahtzee to Iron Fist doesn't sound like a step up. This is fair. This is fair. If it was really that bad, I'm guessing nobody. It wouldn't have been a step up for anybody except maybe somebody that actually knew martial arts. Yes, he got beat up after getting the Iron Fist and training with monks to be the best fighter. Oh, got it. Ouch. Yeah, that's rough. He has the power the whole time. He was just kind of a wuss and doubted himself until it was no longer inconvenient. Got it. That's too bad. Oh, what do we got? Oh, geez, it's kind of flown by here. All right, guys, 6 more minutes at 8:50. I'll call it 8:50 my time. So I'm not abruptly closing things down. He had it, but skip it. Watch Luke Cage and the Defenders. Skip it. Save Danny's show for last, way last. I'll be on my deathbed being like, no, I gotta watch Iron Fist now. Am I actually the best? I guess I need to be to get used to the next scene or to get to the next scene. Yeah, that sounds rough. That doesn't sound good at all. I would not be pleased with such things. Only time I can bring this up in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Ryu's arcade ending. He becomes an Iron Fist and learns to Shin Iron Shoryuken. Huh. I don't know what those last few words mean. Shin Iron Shoryuken. That's probably a move, and I'm not thinking right now. My apologies, man. Best parts was when Danny would spread Buddha wisdom to Asian martial artists. You fight like monkeys using shower curtains. Cinema. Cinema. I need to work on a Scorsese impression. I know what I did there didn't sound right. Iron Fist powered dragon uppercut. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate the clarification. Oh, boy. So, yeah, that was pretty much what we had this fine evening. I want to go back to, just because I can at this point. Oh, wait a sec. This is the one. Yep, we were already messing with this, weren't we? And somehow I totally missed that this was what you were talking about, Ghost Have. Yeah, see, now that is way better than the other one. That is sweet. I still think I prefer the Cobra with a scorpion tail, but that's really cool. And he's got, did you notice he has hooves? What's he supposed to be mixed with? Oh, well, and horns. Okay, I'm guessing he's supposed to be mixed with a bull. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's way better than the other one. I just didn't notice all that with the other one. Iron Fist made Morbius look like the Godfather. And I'd heard such bad things about Morbius, I didn't watch that either. The shows, you guys have heard me talk about shows I liked, I didn't see like the last season, or I knew that a movie was coming out that was going to be awesome and I still didn't go because of time and all this stuff. Yeah, when I hear something like Morbius sucks, I'm out. When I hear Madam Web sucks, I'm out. When I hear Agatha All Along sucks, I'm out. The last time I did some hate watching was The Acolyte, and I can't do it again. Not from my sanity and not from a time perspective. But yeah, that's where I'm at with all that stuff. Skew, it's Morbin time. I haven't heard that in a little bit. I watched The Acolyte and Iron Fist. I'd rather watch The Acolyte, but because at least The Acolyte has good fight scenes. I will give The Acolyte a little bit of that. Not too much, but a little bit of that. But ouch, if The Acolyte has better fight scenes than Iron Fist, that's a pretty damning statement. And Iron Fist is supposed to be the best martial art. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Khmer and Soul, it sounds like, would have schooled the man. Poor Danny. All right. So, yeah, there's this guy. Now, let me, because I can, I want to go back to this crazy thing here. Man, you know, the problem with this is it is 60 bucks and I'd want to army build it. So that might just have me so I don't get it, period. But I really like the design on this thing. See, no more Jedis until they are not hated on. Go back to Old Republic. Jedis are not weak sauce. Man, I mean, you guys heard me probably go on a tirade. Some of you did, where basically I was saying that I was pulled out of the Acolyte partially because the Jedi weren't actually written as Jedi. So I was watching it thinking this is, people would point out moments where they'd say that breaks lore. The fact that those characters were considered Jedi in my head actually broke lore. It just totally it took me out of the show. I'm like, these people wouldn't be Jedi. What's going on? All right, I'll go through a couple more. Then it's time. I hope Smilo Ren and Squid Game Jedi comes back to the Star Wars universe. Smilo maybe. Squid Game Jedi's out. Or let Luke do his thing during Ahsoka and The Mandalorian. That would be nice. I would like to see Luke return and be just awesome. Ghost have a lot of that. Let's see. LOL, all of that. So whack. See, 2003 Clone Wars is the most lethal we will ever see Jedi. Mace versus the whole droid army. That was awesome. But I have to say, I liked the actual, like the Clone Wars, the 7-season series. I thought that was really good. And that's why I know how Dave Filoni does storytelling. Like the first season was basically just character building towards the end, or until towards the end. Take care, Skew Raider. Thank you for stopping by, man. I appreciate it, guys. And Ghost Dab also bring Jedi Order 66 nuggets. And I'm on the chubby side. Order 66 nuggets. Oh boy. I know nothing. All right, guys, that's it for this fine evening. So until next time, have fun and happy snapping. But don't forget, I really appreciate the fact that y'all come here and chat this stuff. This is stuff I need to figure out, stuff I kind of need to talk myself through. So again, thanks for stopping by because I don't know anybody in real life that actually gets into this stuff. So until next time, have fun and happy snapping. That time I did it in the correct order. See ya. We're going to hit end stream, and now things are off.